Good morning and welcome back to the vlog. It's the warmest day of the trip so far today. According to my Wahoo, it's currently 24 degrees, but it's also one of the windiest. We're heading to a place, I don't actually know where we're heading. As we were riding yesterday, we saw some hills, some climbs in the distance, so I had a quick look on Google Maps. It looks like there's a pretty cool climb up to the top of one of them, to a monastery on the top, so we're heading out there today. And the climb starts from a town called Arta. Luckily there's signs all the way through from Polenta to Arta, so we've not got a route plan, we're just going to head following the signs. And yeah, there's a headwind out, quite a bad headwind out, but when we get there we'll do the climb and ride the same roads back most likely. The return leg should be much quicker than the way out. So Brian this holiday has been flying. This camp, he's been flying up the climbs, no one can touch him. And I wanted to see why. Now it's not the lightest bike by any stretch of the imagination, but I found this button on top of the SDI lever, and as soon as I press it, it just takes it off. Oh, that's not it! That explains it, mate. That bloody motor. Oh dear. No entry. No one's there. I'm going down. So that there in the distance is literally the climb that we wanted to go to. But it seems that there's a bit of a roadblock. Oh wow. There used to be a bridge there. Do you reckon if we walk we can get across? That's literally where we want to go to. Arta. We just need to get across this river. So we rode 10k down a road. We thought it was a little, bit quiet. I don't think this is a road. We thought it was a little bit quiet. It turns out the bridge at the end has completely fallen away. 1k from the house, 1k from the village that we wanted to go to. So we had to turn around and we're trying to find an alternative route through, but I think this is someone's drive. Hey, we made it this time. So we rode for 1 or 2 kilometers through this old traditional town. This is the town of Arta. There wasn't much going on here. There was just a few locals walking around and going about their day. Once we rode through this town, we came out into a little road at the back of it. It was from here, it was around 7 kilometers to the top of the hill. It wasn't a 7k climb, it's just a 7k road. And then the final sort of 3 or 4 kilometers of it were up a climb. We rode up through the trees before it became a little bit more open at the top. At the top of this climb there was a monastery called the Monastery Ermita de Bethlehem. Apologies if I've just butchered that pronunciation, but essentially it was just a monastery at the top of this climb. There wasn't a whole lot else going on. There wasn't really any tourists visiting the monastery, so this road was dead quiet, which is, I guess, good because as you can see it's a real narrow road, but I mean in terms of like riding quality it was absolutely amazing. It was just like a 3 or 4 kilometer climb, nice switching hairpin turns, and I think I say this in a minute, but yeah, this is potentially one of my new favourite, like all-time favourite climbs here in Mallorca. It was just something different, it's something that I've never done before, and yeah, just with the lack of cars it makes it so much nicer to ride on. The Benitelli Monastery or something. So we've ridden along the flat for around 30 miles there, or 50 kilometers, and then we came to this climb outside of the town called Arta. It's like a 5k climb up to a monastery on the side of the mountain here. Pretty cool location, there's absolutely nothing around here, so the climb was super quiet. It was amazing to ride up. Windy, so windy on the top, you might not be able to hear me too well, but we're about to descend back down, and I think like this is probably one of my new favourite, like I'm gonna say this is one of my new favourite roads here in Mallorca, just because the monastery at the top isn't really a tourist destination, so there's no cars in this road. It's a super narrow switchback climb down through the trees so it doesn't get too hot. Yeah, it's literally perfect for riding down. Just check it out. I'm going to switch to GoPro though right now. setting off late today, which means that the return leg now, the riding home, we're starting to lose the light a little bit, so me and Brian are taking 2k turns each, just throwing off, pressing on a little bit to try and get home a little bit quicker. We're shifting. Yep, we got back into town. It's still light. We had about 30 minutes to spare. Fun little TT effort there on the way back. The last, I think about 25 kilometers. Yeah, I mean, we had a slight tailwind, but between me and Brian, just taking like 2 or 3 kilometer turns each, we averaged 43k an hour. So it was a quick return. Another decent day in the legs, just under 4 hours, or 3 3/4 hours, and 110 kilometers. Rest day tomorrow.